this made me feel like I was truly like in the car. Like, it was unbelievable.
Well, this was Joe's plan to make the most visceral, experiential kind of racing movie we've seen to date. And to do that, to put actors in real cars on real tracks, embed us in the season, and so you really feel the forces and the G's that these guys are pulling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you said recently that you've wanted to make a racing film for some time.
Forever.
I'm a person who always believes that timing is everything. Why do you think it was so important for this to happen now at this point in your journey and career, as opposed to happening, years ago?
By the way, I mean, I'm with you on that one. I just got to trust timing, anymore. It's like Wi-Fi. Like, something works out in the end. But this would be one of those. I'm so grateful. I mean, for 2 decades I've been trying to do, whether it was on motorcycles and cars, rally, Isle of Man, anything. I've tried everything, and for whatever reason, it never came to fruition. And then one day I get this call from Joe, who's got this crazy idea. And I'm so glad because we got to do something that's never been done before, and that's be on the track.
Yeah. And you were ready. Oh my God, you were ready.
A year and a half with the sport that I love so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And for both of you, aside from what was already on the script, how did you work to bring to life the relationship between these two men who are rivals, competitors, friends? Because I feel like they have so much history, and a lot of that we don't see on screen, but we can tell in their dynamics and what you all brought to the roles.
I think it was, first of all, it was on the page. Second, Joe wanted to create something that it was about love between two brothers, two friends, that they were rivals, but they highly respect each other and they need each other for in this particular case.
And I love this guy.
Yeah, I love this guy too.
I love this guy.
So
he's one of our greatest, one of our best. It makes it so easy. We just get to play, we play, and it's like automatic.
It was fun, and it happened. And sometimes it doesn't happen. This time it happened because it happened, and you go, oh my God. Yeah. And I was lucky to be there while it was happening.
We were lucky to bag the elephant.
And why do you both think it was important for, we have a rising star, Damson Idris, who is in this movie. Most people who know him, like especially Americans on TV, are probably going to realize he's British for the first time by watching this movie. Yeah. But why do you think it was so important for where he's headed in his career to be in, this is his first major film role, and it happens to be in a movie that's going to be so impactful for a sport?
I'm happy as hell for him. Yeah, he's so damn charming, that guy. Yeah. You just want to smack him.
Yeah, exactly. He's great in the movie, but he also is like he takes the work seriously, but at the same time he's fun, and he really loves what he does, and he makes sure that everybody around him is also like comfortable. And I mean, he's young, but he's very much into, I think, in the right tone for being that young.
Yeah, we looked, far and wide, and I'm really happy where we ended up with Damson. I just can't see anyone else doing it. He crushes this, and he's got great things in front of him, and couldn't be happy for him because he's a guy who deserves it.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
He's a great actor. You got to start there. He's handsome. He's charismatic. He's funny. He's got all the charm. He's a charming. In real life, he's really charming. He's charming on screen. And he gives you a great performance. Everything we wanted in this character that he plays, he delivered.
Yeah.
Well, Damson's really interesting because he's been working in television for a few years and kind of cutting his teeth there and getting that necessary experience. But at the same time, a lot of people, at least have not seen him in films like this. Mm-hmm. So he does kind of feel like a newcomer, even though he's been around for a few years. But the most important thing for me is just his ability as an actor. He's got this incredible quality where when he's on screen, you can't wait to see what he does next, and that is a very special quality that very few people have. He's going to be a star, I have no doubt about it. And seeing him go toe-to-toe with an actor like Brad Pitt of that stature, it's pretty incredible.
And from a storytelling aspect, why do you think F1 as a sport kind of lends itself to this story in the film about, rivalry, about getting second chances, about, placing a bet on yourself and having to, see it through. Why do you think F1 as a sport is perfect for the story that's specifically in this movie?
Huh. I mean, listen, we sat down with, Lewis, of course, opened up the world of F1 to us. We sat down, interviewed with him for days on end, 12-hour sessions to figure out this script, starting with an underdog story, with teams, the team principles. We pulled a lot from historical moments in this, from F1. Why do we think it works so well? I don't know. I think you'd almost do it like it works in The Natural or Hoosiers. This idea that, the things that you haven't addressed in your younger days, life has a way of bringing it back around, for better or for worse. Like you got to answer whatever our fates are, and it's certainly the sport certainly allowed for that kind of moment.
That's
but
a good one.
Every character has their own hurdles. Every character has their own wins that they're seeking, and that's the beauty of a sports film.
There's a movie with hope and love and passion and also humor and good feelings that today we need, like you were saying. It's great that we can share that on a big screen with people.
How do you think that this F1 as a sport kind of lends itself to the underdog, betting on yourself storytelling of this movie?
There's only 10 teams, 2 drivers to each team. It's the only sport where your teammate is your competitor, because they all want to be the number 1 driver. So it's a story about a team that's never won. It's never got 1 point. You get 1 point by being 10th. So there are 20 drivers. 10 drivers don't get any points. And we have our guys who never got a point and have to win 1 race. So that's drama. It's about redemption. It's about teamwork. It's got romance. It's got excitement. It's the kind of movie that I wanted to go see during the summer when I was a kid. It immerses you in a world you'll never be a part of, chances, and tells you how it really is, how it really works, and you feel the emotion of Brad and Carrie and everybody involved in this. It's funny. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got Hans Zimmer, who's one of the greatest composers in the world. And you have Tate McRae and Rosé and Ed Sheeran, and it just goes on and on and on. Chris Stapleton, Doja Cat. It's just, it's a real experience to see this movie. I hope you felt the same way.
Well, what's really interesting about Formula One is it's the only sport I know of where your teammate is often your biggest rival. And the reason for that is every team builds their own car, and so you and your teammate are the only 2 people in the exact same car, side by side. So it's very easy to see which one of you is the better driver. And it ends up creating these really interesting rivalries inside the team. And I thought that was a great place to start for kind of some conflict and drama in this story between a veteran driver who was once seen as kind of having all this potential, and then this young rookie who's coming in, trying to figure his way through it all. I love that conflict it creates, but also this idea that eventually there's sort of a mutual respect that's gained, and when they come together as a team, it's kind of so satisfying.
Yeah, I think that one of the things I love most about this film is the sound. I think the sound is almost like a character in itself.
I agree.
And I can only imagine it must have been difficult. You're shooting these scenes during these races, which is already probably intense. You have a limited amount of time, and then you're having to get all of the sound aspects right at the same time. What was that like? Because I'm sure there was a certain amount of difficulty.
Huge challenge, yeah. The races are so noisy, doesn't lend itself to getting clean, crisp dialogue, which is what you're trying to do on a film. So we just embraced the kind of chaos and the noise, because that's what these races feel like. So we tried to embrace the natural environment. From a sound point of view, huge effort on behalf of the sound team from Skywalker Sound who worked on this. They were out there recording all the cars. We had microphones on the real F1 cars getting the sounds. We had to make each car sound different so that they almost have their own personality, and then just mixing it all together with Hans Zimmer score and all the fantastic songs that we have in this movie. It was a huge job to kind of wrangle it all, but hopefully we managed to balance it all out and provide a real powerful experience in the theater.
No, that's Joe. He spent 2 months doing the sound, and they spent, I mean, almost a year creating the sounds for this. And the specificity that went into this is unbelievable. First of all, Lewis, we showed parts of the movie to Lewis. We showed him the whole thing, of course. But he said, going into turn 3 at Silverstone, the sound is you're in 3rd gear. We're in 2nd gear. So we changed it. So all these little things, he said, in turn 7, you can't pass. If somebody tries to pass, they'll crash. We used that in the movie. We had a crash in the movie because he tried to turn, make him pass on the wrong turn. So it's that kind of expertise that was brought into this movie. We showed it to the drivers. They love it. Lewis loves the movie. So it's great. He's the first person we went to. Before Brad Pitt, we got Lewis involved. We want to make the most authentic racing movie. But it's about racing, but it's about human emotion. That's what it's about. It's about team building. It's about second chances. It's about teamwork. All those things we want in our life. And you're listening to it with the best sound, hopefully on a big IMAX screen. So it's immersive. You are in that world. You're living that world with these characters.
Yes.